the number of addresses holding any significant amount of Bitcoin continues to go up. I've shown metrics like this, 0.01, 0.11, 10. They're all going up, skyrocketing upwards, right? What does that mean? That means the number of people coming in, not only the holders, but number of people coming in is increasing. They're taking advantage of the low sats that is presented to us right now, right? So we definitely have a lot of new people coming into this space, getting involved for the first time, and that is why the addresses are increasing as well, right? And of course, there's still a lot of fractal patterns of what this cycle, the one that we just kind of started mid-cycle. I don't know if you could do that. Normally, Bitcoin goes with its halving event, which happens every 4 years. So there's usually like a 4-year cycle. But this last time, a little bit different. But according to Stock Money Lizards, well, they made their own cycles, right? And it does look like the previous cycles, you had one that's up 24,000, one that's up 56,000, 5,600, and then 1,300. So this time around looks like, well, we're going to form another top, right? But where will it end? Don't know. But if you look at the correlation of now versus previous cycles, when they started flipping, right? Especially if you look at below when you have the Bollinger Band, when it starts flipping upwards, right? A lot of similarities. Let's just put it that way. There are definitely a lot of similarities with what we're seeing now versus some of the previous cycles, even though the timing of it is a little bit off because, yeah, we're a little bit off from, we didn't have that peak like we had before. And then also, yeah, other things. There's just a lot of patterns and fractal patterns like this. This one's using the MACD. If you look at the bottom, MACD, oh, my camera's kind of cut off, but if you look at MACD, it's about to flip. And when was the last time it was about to flip on the weekly scale? Well, back in 2018 and 2019 when Bitcoin was hovering around 3,000 to 4,000, and then it flipped upwards, right? So, yeah, a lot of similarities with what we're going through versus previous times. Bitcoin and its 200 weekly moving average. Will it follow the 200 weekly moving average just like the previous bottoms? We already dipped below slightly. We're coming above. Are we following it for a little bit just like before? Quite possibly. And then you look at, below, right? You look at how oversold it is. Same level as previous bottoms in 2020, 2018, 2015, right? So there's still a lot of stuff going on that compares our current recovery to previous recoveries from previous bottoms. And then, of course, yeah, holders, right? I mentioned about holders. Here's another one. The amount of BTC hodled within the last 20, basically, let me take that back. Let me restart. Amount of hodled or lost coins just reached 20-month high. So, of course, this is still going up and up and up and up and up. And we're back to basically the same level as 2020. So think about that. So the best way for newcomers to think about it is you got in a time machine and now you went back to 2020 and you basically started over. That's pretty darn good. That means all of the gains that you may have missed, right? Now you get in lower on the ground floor and you're waiting for those gains to come back. Well, that's one way to think about it, right? But the number of hodled people, the number of addresses, right? Hodled coins, all these are going up. So Bitcoin is still moving definitely in the right direction. You're seeing still more global adoption. Bitcoin Valley launches Honduras. 60 businesses accept Bitcoin to boost crypto tourism. So we're starting to hear more and more of this. A lot more countries, especially developing countries and countries with hyperinflation, who are they turning to? They're turning to Bitcoin, right? Why would you not turn to Bitcoin? So, yes, Bitcoin adoption is still growing worldwide, right? And that's a fantastic thing to hear about. And then what else is going on? This is from a technical standpoint, looking at a couple different measurements, the weekly moving average and then a Fibonacci level to 1.618, and how Bitcoin just crossed both. And the last few times that has happened, that was bottom. Both times, 2018 and 2020. And we just went through that just now. So is that a bullish sign? I would say so. That's a pretty bullish sign. And of course, what's also bullish is just the number of people holding above 1 Bitcoin, which is still not that easy if you think about it. I mean, it's still 22,000. For a normal person to just like take out 22,000 from their account, it's not easy to do, right? But more and more people have accomplished that. We're getting close to 1 million addresses holding at least 1 Bitcoin. So if you're one of those people that hold an address over 1 Bitcoin, congratulations. There's not that many in the world that could say that they own 1 Bitcoin. All right, so that's a big accomplishment. Ethereum going to flip Bitcoin? Some people have asked this before. Right? I don't think anytime soon. But what's interesting is it did in the options market. Okay, so according to this, Deribit, which is the biggest options exchange, now has 5.7 billion in puts and calls for Ethereum and only 4.3 billion for Bitcoin. So what does that mean? Ethereum volume, total volume, right, for options is way higher than now Bitcoin. There's definitely a lot more traders that are trying to trade Ethereum at this point in time. And it makes sense. During good times, Ethereum does move faster, but also Ethereum has a big event coming up, Ethereum 2.0. And one of the big things that's coming with Ethereum 2.0 is the ETH issuance will drop by 90%. That's significant. Even though ETH 2.0 moves to proof of stake, it doesn't solve scalability yet, but it does drop the issuance by 90% going forward, and many people think that's a very, very bullish thing. So that could possibly explain why options volume for Ethereum is much, much higher. Overall, this could be seen as a very bullish thing for Ethereum, since so many people are betting that Ethereum is going to do well after the merge, which is coming in September, right? Very, very, very interesting. Also, what's good is it looks like stablecoins. There's a massive amount of stablecoins, and that's because there are a lot of people sitting on the sidelines, holding on to cash, right? But there are charts that are showing that stablecoins are starting to come down, and that's because people are starting to get more comfortable and starting to buy back in, which is why we're recovering from our bottom, right? So that is really good because we have hundreds of billions of dollars in stablecoins waiting to come back. Think about that. Hundreds of billions of dollars. If you are new to the space and you're looking to buy your very first Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other crypto, head over to CryptosRus.com and click on Best Crypto Exchanges. This will give you a list of all the major exchanges out there to choose from.